three teams that we talked about before.
I agree.
Right? And
I agree. That's fair.
But that's why it's like a 4 seed can beat a 3 seed on a good day, right? Like those seeds are really just there based off of past results. And we're getting into game number 1 between Experience, Fakey, and Ryze and Soul, seeds 3 and 6. Ryze and Soul looking a little shakier earlier today. So I'm curious how that's going to play out here against the Kaya Teros team, Experience and Fakey.
Yeah, and of course, Ryze and Soul, you know, not nearly as many results like Experience and Fakey, but I mean, the results they do have are pretty good together. So we'll see how far they're able to push. I put them in that marquee move future bubble tier. Okay. That's where I would put them. Not saying that, like, if it was like a comparison, it'd be like 4 and 8. But they still have that upset potential, right? And that's how I feel going into this set here, even though Ryze does take an early knockout here at the beginning. Oh, good save with the nair. Amazing. He got a lot of time off of Kaya Downsig after the freeze effects, right? So, wow. Oh, perfectly timed. Dodge coming out from Fakey there, and then punishing with a ground pound of his own. That is one of the risks you have when you go for that Rocket Lance ground pound. And now we have a very small lead, maybe more substantial lead for the blue team here, as Fakey still has 3 stocks. But as I say that, loses the first one. Ooh, I like that setup. A little slow on the gravity cancel side leg. Yeah. I think he had to start using it before the axe nair hit. It's just interesting to me because I think like what do you get after that, right? Yeah, that's the hard part. I guess you get Sair maybe. But if they don't move. I get just trying to maximize any damage you can get. You got to make split-second decisions. That's just the name of the game sometimes. Oh, we're forgetting about the axe player that's underneath him that could hit like a recovery or something. That is true. That's what, like, he was just carrying him off the left side of the stage. Like, Sarah recovery could have followed up there. Experience and Fakey fallen decently behind here after an early stock on Ryze. Soul barely damaged. They're looking for stray hits. Good recovery from Ryze to be able to stop anything from happening there. Experience looking for a landing. Does not get hit by the Sair. Hits the nair himself, and now it's very close. Ryze could go down first, and he does. Soul right afterwards? No. Okay, all things considered, pretty close match. Yeah, we got completely clean slate across the board. Everyone at 0 damage. Even on weapon spawns, right? Like they're still fighting for those. And it looks like Experience just gets that axe. Now everybody has something here to work with. Ryze and Soul really doing their best to keep up with some of the most experienced 2v2 players in all of Brawlhalla North American history. But do they have that ability to close, right? We were talking about how in the previous set, Soul really had to lock in to secure that 2v1. I hope they don't end up in a situation like that here. Ooh, Nair hits some friendly fire, but he gets that Siren Experience. Does go all the way back up, wants to play around Fakey. Fakey on the left side of the stage gets hit by that side light and the side. Nice job. Wow, great spacing from Ryze around that down sig. Yeah. No follow-up from Soul. There's a Nair that's going to get punished, and then Soul almost gets caught in the middle. It's a one-hit game. No, Fakey with the dare. No, that wasn't a save? That was not. I mean, that was a save, but the pogo was in favor of the red team. Oh, no. They still managed to get it. Dang, yeah. I mean, close, right? Close. Very, very close. It was a one-hit game at the end of the day. And it almost went over to red team's favor after that pogo save on accident from Fakey, right? Because that stomp Sair was coming in from Experience to get the knockout, and then it ended up getting stopped. I mean, they get it right afterwards, but that whole game was like everybody was equal damage the entire time. Board was being cleared. It came down to the last stock, and Experience and Fakey just barely clutch it. Yeah, no, I mean, it's similar, right? We keep saying it's like a game of leapfrog, or like maybe more accurate is like Bloody Knuckles, right? Yeah. And like it's hard in these scenarios where in that last stock situation, we can kind of see that they were playing that game, but then trying to figure out when do you break the sequence to try to go for the knockout, right? Like there's some point in there where you think you can squeeze in an attack that'll just knock someone out and give you the 2v1, and they couldn't find that moment. Ooh, right now though, Ryze and Soul have complete control over the blue team. Neutral light comes through. Ryze gets the D-light side air punish. Fakey does not get the save. Downsig does not catch Experience dodging in. Ooh. Recovery catches Ryze off guard. He gets the nair into the side air. Not going for the chase dodge. Experience completely outplaying on the right side of the stage. Ryze gets saved by Soul's nair. Whoa. I think he got caught by the side sig. And that time the side stick finally finishes him off. Dash forward, dash back, doesn't catch the landing from Soul, stares him away, and now he has no recovery. He's got to dodge back, and Ryze has got to help him, and he does successfully do so, and then a side sig gets punished. Okay, that down sig actually connected off. That was crazy, dude. And it did hit the stage. I guess it didn't matter. That's insane, but hey, I mean, that's the power of Kaya for you. And once again, clean slate. These teams are very evenly matched, it seems. I mean, multiple times already they end up in situations where, you know, they just all end up respawning at the exact same time with the same number of stocks. Ooh, that's a lot of axe nairs that Ryze just took. I think it was like 4 over the course of that exchange.
Experience looking for the landing side light. What else has he got? Weapon throw, jumps forward. I don't know. Downlight, anti-air. Both Experience and Ryze were waiting for the other one to jump first. And he doesn't get that sider afterwards. Fakey. That's a deja vu from the last game on the punish.
Nice
the weapon throw.
Doesn't
but then
matter,
Soul with the save on the ground pound.
Yeah, just Experience not in position there to go ahead and save Fakey. And then a haymaker off the platform from Ryze. And now they have a lead here. Let's see how much damage they can get before they get sent down to their final stocks. And Downsig almost snags that stock from Ryze. That kind of defense coming in clutch.
Doesn't get the Sair right afterwards. Could have evened things up pretty quickly. This is the biggest lead we've had so far. That's saying something. Like the fact that stocks have not flown in the other direction yet means blue team might be in trouble, especially after that ground pound hits.
Wow, what a conversion from the red team here.
Fakey.
Ryze is going absolutely insane with these follow-ups. But now we're going to see Soul go down. Ryze has to bide his time for a little bit here. He's going to run right through Experience, then almost turns around and gets hit on Fakey. He gets that recovery out just in the nick of time. Turns around, gets the downsig. Ryze is absolutely popping. Look at this movement from this Kaya right now. I don't know how that downlight didn't hit Experience, but his superior spacing allows him to get a knockout there.
I feel like Ryze ascended on that stock. That was incredible play, how he was moving around, hitting everything, not getting punished for it. Downlight recovery, not going to knock Experience out, but it's a one-hit game, and Soul takes out one. Syla and the Sair not going to combo, but Fakey is just a hit away from losing this game. Neutral Light into recovery will take it, and now it's evened up 1-1. We finally got a set, Flambeau, and this set is super, super close. I know the damage was low on the low end for the blue team, but it didn't really become a disparity until after the second round of stocks were exchanged. And Soul on the Ryze on the bow, the entire last stock was amazing.
On the bow, without the bow, we got haymakers. We got. I think the target swapping was also really good, right? Like you go in, you hit someone, your teammate's gonna combo off of that. You turn around, you hit the other guy, you combo him into your teammate turns around. They were just playing together as a unit extremely well there. And then when it came down to the final stocks, they played a decent amount more reserved. I mean, I guess I'll say that, like, you know, Ryze was going in, but there was a degree of kind of like floatiness and campiness that they were exuding beforehand because they didn't just want to give up their lead for free. So I'm glad that they were able to kind of change the tempo like that.
Experience with the falling Sair at the left side. Nice backswing on the down air. Ground pound punished by Ryze. Both teams have shown some very good skill in reversaling ground pounds off the sides of the stage there. Both Fakey and Ryze have done it. Just happened to Experience right there when he went for a ground pound, got pogoed for it. Sider is going to whiff, and both players are looking for their starter here. And both Kayas seem to be the targets that are taking the most damage so far as Ryze goes flying. And Fakey gets stopped by that weapon throw.
Okay, Experience gets the first stock with that down air, and now they have a chance to collapse on a Soul. Fakey can't get it. Soul gets a punch with the down sig, and the end lag on it is so low. He goes for the spike, but it's not going to work. The pogo somehow wasn't enough to knock out right. He gets another wall touch, and they give up on the edge guard. Fakey gets in position, but does not receive the pass from Experience. Ryze does that side air in the middle of that side air from Soul, and somehow that ends up being some stacked knockback. But geez, the blue team hasn't had a moment to recover.
Yeah, Soul really doing well around that. I think Fakey, when he got that second pogo, thought he didn't get his jumps back.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
He touched the wall right before it happened. Sider will take Experience down. Downsig will take Fakey down. No. Perfect angle just to survive as long as possible.
Okay, this is a close match. All of them have been. That Sider's going to get rid of Soul's first stock. Fakey's the only one remaining with 3. And look at that patience on the side. Tries to go for a dash jump pogo. It's not going to work. Smacking Ryze. The Kayas are dancing around each other. Soul comes in to break up the fight.
Oh, gravity cancel sidelight means no dodge. Just gets another sidelight in air, and Fakey right there with the recovery.
Okay, Fakey once again drawing Ryze's aggro. Experience is on a Soul, and I think Experience wins that 1v1. Ryze trying to get the 1v1 on Fakey. Fakey turns it around with the down air, says, I am the better Kaya in this moment in time, and now Soul has a chance to get 2v1 edge guarded, but they just let him slide right back onto the stage.
Yeah, he really did. There's several moments where it's like, you're against hammer off stage unarmed, what are you going to do? And he just gets right past everyone of Experience's pressure options, and that's going to take down Soul. Going for a recovery here.
Wow! Brave man.
Bold of Ryze to challenge that, right? Last stock.
Like against the hammer, man. You really, sometimes you just really got to trust, but Ryze seems to have that fury in him to just go for those plays. But here we go, an opportunity for Fakey. Soul gets that pass into the down air from Ryze. They take the chance to try to collapse onto Experience, but Experience just too good at fighting in the scramble. Now another opportunity, Experience yet again in the scramble, coming out on top and almost gets the pass, but Ryze with the perfect timing on the side to stop that combo. The weapon throw is going to come out here, and now while Fakey's on the respawn, this is their chance to get Experience. This is going to be good damage. That recovery doesn't hit. I don't think it would have knocked out, but there was the potential.
There was the potential, right? And that's the fact that we don't know, it means a lot. And we've got Ryze getting hit with that side air. All right, match point. Fakey and Experience reversing the lead that time going into game 3. It's still too close to call, Flambeau. This has been a crazy set. What do you think? I can't even really call out what changed, because I feel like it's coming down to the small outplays here and there.
I agree.
In the moment.
I agree.
Both teams are playing too well as supports to really get these team combos to happen to an extent where it's like, oh, their teammate didn't save. We're not seeing somebody survive very long in a red stock and have their teammate get beat up.
Because I feel like what I'm seeing is a lot of like, when stocks fall, it's generally in a situation where someone is trying to save their teammate from losing their stock, and they just barely don't get there in time.
And generally, both teams lose their stocks at the same time.
Yeah.
It's actually just been a very high-disciplined match that has resulted in 3 very close games that have gone back and forth, and now it's 2-1. Game 5 is possibly on the table here as Fakey takes the most damage here opening up into the game and gets hit by that sideline D-Light.
Just really good decision-making all around, both on the side of Fakey and also on the side of Ryze. There are moments where their teammates are getting comboed. You see them exude patience, like right there. You see the punch come in with the neutral sig. But Ryze was already thinking about, man, I can't go for a D-Light after this. He already knew, but it didn't matter.
I can't get the save. Gets the spike with the slide charge down sig. I mean, where could have Experience gone?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess he could have jumped straight up, but I don't in my mind actually know what the Ulgrim down sig hurt box looks like stacked on Ulgrim himself. I know right above him it's safe.
Yeah, you know, I think the hard part about that to me is that it looked like Ulgrim was basically in the blast zone when that down stick came out. I didn't think he was going to be able to jump back up after that, to be honest. But with that said, I mean, now the first time we've seen a semblance of a massive lead here. Beautiful ground pound, but it gets punished, and then the weapon throw from Fakey, not going to connect, but the hit on its own is enough to knock out.
Oh, and the first sign of crumbling here from the red team, right? This is the biggest stock disparity we've seen the entire set. And it's on Fakey of all players, who's taking even more damage as he gets hit away by that X neutral light. Down air from Experience puts even more damage on here as Fakey gets 3 end lights in a row, goes for a 4th, falling side air, does get stopped by Ryze.
But they're playing so good as a unit. That side he's going to be able to clear him out. Goes for the ground pound. It's going to connect, but it's not going to knock out.
Falling Sarah
weapon throw up. We're starving, perhaps? Or what's the deal here? I think queued up another spear is maybe what Ryze has done there. And, okay. Not going to lose the stock for that one, but things are getting close here. Ryze needs to hang on to the final stock. There goes his partner. Dodges through that ground pound. Still gets tagged on the way up.
Nice dodge. Jump dodge to get away from the weapon throw, disarming Experience just for a second.
Yeah, Soul has to be the one to create space here for Ryze. Oh, Ryze keeps hitting Soul. They're stepping on each other's toes a bit. This is probably the most we've seen them hit each other trying to regain some space on the stage.
Experience is playing like he's on a fresh stock, too, so credit to that. Downlight finally hits him away, but he was not getting touched during all of that.
Oh, nice.
Chase dodge forward, chain dodge up, pogo down. Takes Experience down. Fakey gets the down sig on Soul. Ryze gets a good punish onto Fakey, though. Neutral light. Experience fakes him out, goes all the way to the other side, gets the down sig. Ryze now in the 1v2.
And another one, yep. I love it from Experience. Experience and Fakey securing the 3-1 victory over Ryze and Soul. I love the way that Experience played the final stocks in that match. Because he just kind of got to a point where he's like, 1, I have a pretty decent health lead, and 2, we keep playing this game where our timings are extremely similar. I'm just going to dash forward and